Patrick's Day is celebrated annually on this day as an anniversary of his death in the 5th century. The Irish, the folks that live or originate from here, have observed this day as a religious holiday for over 1,000 years. To put that in perspective, the U.S. has only been a country for 241 years. On St. Patrick's Day, which falls during the Christian season of Lent, Irish families would traditionally attend church in the morning and celebrate in the afternoon. What is Lent, you ask? Lent is a season of the Christian year where they would give up meat, alcohol, and many other pleasures of life for 40 days, starting Ash Wednesday and ending on Easter Sunday. Fun fact, the day before Ash Wednesday is a day where the many Christians binge on the things that they are giving up the next day. This day is called Fat Tuesday, or Mardi Gras. Mardi being the French word for Tuesday and gras being the French word for fat. Anyway, on St. Patrick's Day, Lenten prohibitions against the consumption of meat were waived, and people would dance, drink, and feast on the traditional meal of Irish bacon and cabbage. St. Patrick is the patron saint of Ireland. He was a Christian missionary given credit with converting Ireland to Christianity in the AD 400s. So many legends surround his life, including one about how he banished all the snakes from Ireland, and another about how his walking stick grew into a full-blown tree. There are so many stories like these that the truth is not easily found. Though, contrary to popular belief, St. Patrick was not Irish. He was actually British. He was born in the city of Bondwin in 1387 AD, being captured and enslaved by the Irish when he was only 16 years old and was held captive until he was 22. How ironic. But how did this holiday get so popular in the U.S.? Immigration. During the Irish potato famine, they spread all over the world, taking their culture and traditions with them. And because those immigrants were intermingling their ideas with the minds of the growing United States of America, we get pinches, green rivers, and wonderful St. Patty's Day parades.
With the winter sports season coming to a close, the spring sports season has begun warming up. Having many athletes in preseason training to begin preparing for upcoming opponents, each coach has their own reason preseason training is essential.
It's important for athletes to come to all of our preseason stuff so then they get acclimated to our training, whether it's weightlifting, sprinting. During our tryouts, we actually use our timing system, our FAT, fully automatic timing. So what that does is help us get a real true evaluation on kids during the tryout. We work on blocks and those starts during the preseason. So it's vital to come to the preseason stuff that we do in our conditioning so then they're more prepared for tryouts and us more prepared for our season.
It's important for athletes to go to preseason conditioning. It's a time to develop your skills, especially when season starts. You lose out on so much practice times with games, sometimes 3, 4, 5 games a week. So it's a time to really perfect and master the small aspects of this game. And we have several weeks, a couple months, to really prepare and come together as a team so that we're successful on the field.
Athletes should come to preseason because that's a time where they can learn all the basic fundamentals and skills and kind of really get to know the game and how the coach expects the players to be during the actual season.
And of course, with athletes about to begin their season, there are of course many opponents they are excited to face.
The opponent I'm looking most forward to is Portage. We swept them last year and just trying to get it back again this year. 2 more wins, conference wins.
The opponent I'm really looking forward to is Cam from Lake Central. I don't know if y'all know who he is, but he run the 100, the 200, he in the 4x1. So that's pretty much all my events too. And he beat 2 of my best friends last year. And so, yeah, I'm looking forward to beating him this year. Yeah.
I'm looking forward to beating Valpo this year because they disrespected us this season in football. So that's what I'm looking forward to this year.
Of course, with many different athletes come many different strengths and talents that can be beneficial to their team.
With volleyball, there's different positions on the court. With a setter, a passer, or a hitter, they have to bring their own talent to the game. If you have to pass, they have to go to the set. If you don't have a set, you can't hit. So with them bringing their own talents to the game, it's going to help us be able to put the plays together and then actually win a set.
Our team looks pretty good this year. The name of the game is just staying healthy. In track and field, it's always staying healthy, trusting your training, making good choices, during school, outside of school as well. With 16 different events, that's where everyone kind of specializes in their sport, or I should say event, in the sport. So it's unlike other sports where you're teaching like the same guys, the same things. We have 16 events, and everybody has different roles on this team to score points, and our depth has usually been part of our success this year for those seasons.
So in a sport like baseball, there's so many different positions. We have infielders, outfielders, pitchers, catchers. It's really important that everybody comes together and puts their skills together to develop as a team. During the off season, we work on infielding drills separate from outfield drills. That way we're able to execute plays on the field together once everybody comes together.
Each athlete is excited to see where this season takes them.
The thing I'm looking forward to for this season, make it to state for multiple events, not just for the 4x1. School records, break school records. The reason why I want to make it to state this year for multiple events is because last year only made it for the 4x1, and at state that didn't go too well. So this year I'm really looking forward to going to state and winning.
So what I'm looking for this season is being able to connect with a new team. So I was previously on the tennis team, so I just wonder like how different teams interact with each other. So I'm just looking forward to making new bonds with new people and stuff like that.
The thing I'm looking most forward to this season is getting games in with the guys, having fun last year. So I try to enjoy it as much as I can and have fun.
Our MHS athletes are surely hard at work as they're getting into the start of their season. We wish our Pirates nothing but the best. Signing off of PNN, I'm Destiny Givens.
Inching closer and closer to the end of the season, MHS wrestling team has won their 5th sectional/regionals champion title in a row. With 5 wrestlers qualifying for state, David Maldonado, Nasir Christian, Cameron Crisp, Lucas Clement, and Adrian Pellet. I've been able to speak with 4 of them.
What goes to my mind when I get tired, it's just me thinking about everything I've done throughout the week, me thinking about all the work I put in and my goals, and that just pushes me to keep going or to get that last takedown. And it's really just a mental thing. You just got to get over yourself and get to it and forget everything else that's going on. Just focus on you in that match at the moment.
On semi-state, I think I did great. My first match, got in there, got the guy out like I was supposed to, didn't play no game, just like I was supposed to. Second match, it was hard fought, but I came out on top at the end, which was great. And I'm happy I did. Worked hard and I earned it. Third match, all I had to do was just work out legs. As long as I work out legs, I think I'll be fine. Fourth match, just have to get after it. As long as I get after it, nobody's going to beat me. And that's the mentality I have to have going into Friday.
So I think for this Friday, it really won't be too much wrestling and like technical troubles. I think it's just more going to be handling the emotions, handling all the stress, being able to compete under that high pressure situation. So this semi-state was actually a pretty tough tournament. Our semi-state is probably one of the toughest around. I think probably the toughest, if not second toughest semi-state in our state. But I performed well. I probably should have been in the finals, but things happen. I just got to regroup and prepare for this weekend.
All right, so my competition this Friday, everybody at state's going to be tough. It's the top 16 guys in the state. But, honestly, I think if I wrestle my match, and I've been wrestling all season, I can be anybody in the state, honestly, and I'll be in the finals this year. Honestly, I'll be a champ this year if I wrestle my match. So the competition will be tough. Everybody's going to be tough, but anybody's beatable. That's what I think.
With the wrestlers performing well, Coach Maldonado is very pleased with their overall performance.
I think we had a pretty good day today. We had a pretty good early day. I believe like 8 or 9 guys in the quarterfinal round. Had some pretty good wins. Nasir really came through big with a big win over a kid that he had lost earlier in the season from Chesterton to get to the state tournament. Dave also wrestled a kid who at 132 who he competed against, and he went 1-1 throughout the season. So overall, those guys did really well. Lucas is returning to the state tournament. He actually wrestled the kid from Penn who he had to beat last year to go in the 3rd, 4th place match. So those guys really wrestled well. I think Adrian Palat, really came through. Ended up making it to the finals of the tournament. Fell a little short there at the end. We lost by 1. but I think it's we saw a lot of positive things. Cam Crisp did a pretty good job today. Got through. Had a real tough match in the third, fourth place match. So we're hoping that we can kind of carry some of the success over to next week and see what happens.
With the season ending, let's congratulate David for placing 4th and Adrian for placing 7th at state. Hopefully the success will carry on for the next season. Signing off for PNN, I'm Joel Joseph.
Are you tired of getting caught sleeping in class or having poor grades from lack of attention? Do you want an efficient and effective way to deal with being sleepy? With our new and improved innovation called Sleep, you no longer have to worry about insomnia. Simply prep the night before. Put on your pajamas, set your alarm, and get into bed. It's that easy. No more sleeping on a hard desk. And with Sleep, you can rest in minutes and wake up feeling rejuvenated. And get this, sleep is free. So don't delay and get some sleep today. Call 1-800-999-9999 for the sleep you deserve.
9 out of 10 doctors recommend sleep is sold separately. It's suggested to get at least 8 hours of sleep. Not responsible for over or undersleeping.
Monday, February 27th was the first meet for the 2022-2023 indoor track season. Players and coaches have various opinions and feelings about how the athletes performed and what to look forward to in the future weeks of the indoor season.
My personal goal for this year's team is to see everyone get better. One thing that I can say about this team is that we're very young. I want to say at least 50% of our team are freshmen. So with that being said, this is a very young team. Our seniors are some of our best leaders. They've been here all 4 years. So my personal goal is to see everyone get better and then actually, as good as these freshmen are, to make a long run into sectionals, regionals, and state.
My goal is pretty simple as a coach, is to keep everybody healthy and encourage everyone to make good decisions throughout the school year. It's not necessarily track related. That's up to them. It's their team. So my goal, again, is to make sure everyone's healthy.
All right. My personal goal for the high jumpers is from the beginning of the season to the end for them to improve on their heights. So whatever they're jumping right now in the indoor season, we hope that by the beginning of outdoor season and beyond, that they've improved their heights as far as what they're jumping. So far, I'm really encouraged by the number of high jumpers that have come out, and we have some excellent young high jumpers that are freshmen, all the way up to a senior young lady, Mackenzie Holloman, who we hope will end up vying for a spot at state.
My personal goal for this track season is to break the 100-meter record. Ever since I got here, I've been very doubtful about myself, looking at everybody and all the talent. But now that I see that I can break the record, since I've done it last year, I feel like I can do that. So, yeah.
For most of the coaches and athletes, they have been involved in track for a number of years.
I've been coaching track for over 10 years now. I have been coaching here since 2015-16 season. One of the reasons I got into track was coaching was because my siblings were athletes just like myself, and I always wanted to be close to them and see their success. So it just went from there, and I actually end up being pretty good at it.
I've been coaching since 2011, so this is my 13th season coaching, all at Maryville High School. And I got into coaching obviously because I did 3 sports in high school. I ran track in college. I really started liking track, and I thought that could be an option for me to do as a career in my future.
I've been coaching track for over the last about 22 years. I got started way back in about 1999, 2000 with Coach Jim Johnston. He was our head track coach back then, and he and I were friends, and he spoke with me about maybe getting some of my soccer guys involved with track. And I said, that's a great idea. And he said, hey, why don't you become one of my assistant coaches also? And I said, okay. So I started out as a volunteer coach, and at the time they didn't have a high jump coach, and so I didn't have a great background for that. But Coach Jay taught me everything I know, and I've been employing his strategies ever since.
I've been in track for about 7 years. When I was younger, I used to love race boys, so I used to win. But I've been in track for like 7 years, and the reason why I started is because my dad ran track. And at first I was just doing it for him, but now I'm doing it for me because it's fun, and yeah, I see myself being really good at it. So
overall, the track team is a good way to stay fit and to make new friends. If you're looking to join the track team, contact Coach Coffee or Coach Pass. Signing off from PNN, I'm Jaslyn Steele.
Dedicate. This one right here goes out to my homie with the drink. Nah, I mean, He said, I write what I see. Right to make it right, don't like what I be. I'd like to make it like the sights on TV. Quite the great life, so nice and easy. See, now you can still die from that, but it's better than not being alive from straps. Agreed, a meat notebook and a big that clip when it's pushed and a whack beat. That's a track that's weak that he got last week, cause everybody in the stew was like, that's that heat. A bass heavy medley with a sample from the 70s with a screwed up hook that went stack that cheese. Something. Stack that cheese. Mother, sister, cousin. Stack that cheese. He couldn't think of nothing. Stack that cheese. He turns down the beat, writer's block impedes. Crying from the next room, a baby in need of some Pampers and some food and a place to sleep. That plus a black Cadillac on D's is what keep him on track to be a great MC.
One you never heard of, I push it harder for the rhyme. I feel like murder, but hip-hop just saved me. One you never heard of, I push it harder for the rhyme. I feel like murder, but hip-hop just saved my life.
Reps Northside, so he rocks them braids. 1,100 friends on his MySpace page. Stack that cheese, got 700 plays. Producer made him take it down, said he had to pay. Open mic champ 2 weeks in a row. XD boy with a B-boy flow. Glow like Leroy, you should see boy go. Got a daddy serving life and a brother on the road. Best homie in the grave, tatted up while in the cage. Minute Maid got his mama working like a slave. Down baby mama who he really had to honor, cause she was his biggest fan. Even let him use a Honda to drive up to Dallas with, to open up for amateurs. Let him keep a debit card so he could put gas in it. Told her when he get on, he gon' take her to the gallery, buy everything but the mannequins. You dig.
One you never heard of, I push it harder for the rhyme. I feel like murder, but hip-hop just saved me. One you never heard of, I push it harder for the rhyme. I feel like murder, but hip-hop just saved my life. Hip-hop just saved my life.